morning, kids. What time is that?
And here to perform our national anthem, please welcome 104-year-old World War II Army veteran, Staff Sergeant Dominic Critelli.
Slapdash Toys, it's the Tomlin playset.
Set it up!
And watch your kicker boot another three-pointer.
Field goal!
Comes with Coach Figure guaranteed to finish 9-8 every single season.
And kicked it! Another field goal!
It's the Tomlin playset, the only football toy that always goes 9-8. Call the shots with Coach T, rack up threes with a spring-loaded kicker, and watch old man quarterback's arm barely move.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
Devin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is the guy.
At least I should date my sister Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Man, no.
He's crazy.
He's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents.
He talks a lot,
Outrageous. Don't know what he's going to say.
and I don't like him.
We're going to leave it like that. No.
Yo, look at this. Look at the little troll, bro. Blue wig and everything, crying his eyes out. That is wild.
Are so much better than the Eagles.
This is not an NFL official speaking German.
Plus, they offered to wind the clock so it really ends the game at this point. End of regulation, we'll roll to.
I'm not sure what he said there.
Stumping the whole team.
I'm getting this on video. This is wild.
I used to feel trapped in my own body until I got traded to the Steelers and somebody recommended I take Crash Out.
I used to be humble until I made a few Pro Bowls. But then I took it and crashed the fuck out.
I took it and did all kind of unnecessary shit.
I took it and got into a bar fight.
I took it and put Ed Reed on his ass when he wasn't looking.
I took it and got toasted like a strudel. I took it and did a touchdown celebration while down 3 scores.
I took it and danced on TikTok against my coach's wishes.
And of course, I have nothing to do with it, even though I'm the common denominator.
Take as necessary or whenever the fuck you feel like it. Do not take if you don't play for the Steelers or if you're not a wide receiver. Taking it may end your career prematurely, but you know, fuck it.
I know it stings right now. I know. We left plays out there, but listen up. Fellas, we may have lost, but now we're on track for 9-8. Yeah, 9-8, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, Staff Sergeant Dominic Critelli.
Welcome to another train wreck episode of the Sports Dorks. Here's Bruce, Edson, and Keith for this week's news, notes, and bad takes.
Good morning, sir.
Wow, that guy's amazing. I hope someone made a recording of that. Jeez.
Happy January 10th, 2026, the year of our Lord. Yeah, isn't that great? 104 years old. I saw that a couple weeks ago and had to put it in. Of course, when I was traveling last week, forgot to bring the video with me.
Yeah, that was it.
How was he so steady? Holy cow!
Yeah, and it's like if you heard the first couple notes, it sounded a little clunky.
I know, but jeez.
Once he caught his wind, I mean, that's the wind you have to play saxophone.
Yeah.
104 years old, and he was
Come on.
Yeah, just incredible. Good on him. That's so inspiring. It had to go in, So how are you? We don't have Bruce today. We're down a man. Overboard.
Man. I hope he's feeling better.
We won't have any shout outs. I forget. The only one I remember is Boop.
I know. One of these days I should have. Well, but he changes them too.
Get his list from him. He always changes it too. That's true. So
I'll try to think of a couple of shout outs while we're doing the show so I can be Bruce at the end.
Something. I shout out you, Edson.
There you go.
Let's shout out Bruce.
We could shout out Bruce, or
and we could shout out Chop and Josiah. I don't know if they're coming or not, but yeah.
And we could shout out any unfortunate soul who's watching.
Wow. Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Has the courage to watch.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yeah, there you go.
So before we get into wild card weekend, you know what? Let's do some housekeeping first. We kind of forget about this. So our regular season picks ended.
Yep.
And we ended the year by picking all the games. And I think going forward, we should do that.
Agreed.
All the time.
Much better that way. Much more interesting.
Yeah, much more interestinger. So you and I went 8-8 last week. Bruce said I went 11-5, and then like 2 hours later, I get another text. Correction, I'm 10-6.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Now, if he didn't cop to that, Bruce, if you're watching, you should never have admitted to that, because here's why. So anyway, I'll start with me. I came in last. I ended up 64-37. Edson, you 68-33. You beat me by 4 games, and Bruce also 68-33. So Bruce, if he kept to 11-5, would have beat you by 1. But he copped to 10-6, and that put him in a tie with you. But you and I agree.
We both agreed that
5 weeks.
Yeah.
Bruce picked the Carolina Panthers to beat the Los Angeles Rams.
Straight up beat them. No, not with the spread, but
at SoFi.
Yeah.
And that happened. So we always said if it came down to a tie, Bruce gets the win for that pick alone.
That tiebreaker. Yep.
Bruce, you are the champion of the regular season.
Yep.
But enough of that, because now it's playoff time.
Playoffs?
Playoff? Wait.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Gets me every time.
It never gets old. So, we'll be doing a brand new. I get a chance now to try to rectify my 4-game loss to you guys. This is the 3rd year in a row I came in last place, I think.
Well, to be fair, before Bruce, there was only 2 people.
There was only 2 of us.
I mean, it's like you could actually say you came in 2nd place.
You could count 3 of us. On certain days there could be 3 of us. So
yeah, all right, that's true.
What do you mean that's true? But anyway, before we get into the
I don't know. I thought I'd go with it.
Wow. Before we get into the wild card, I want to know, did you pay any attention to, I hate when this happens. There. The college football playoffs.
I was like, just like getting ready for just relax finally at the end of the day. And I'm like, oh, there's a game on, isn't there? And it was like, it was like basically the end of this game.
This game
at that moment, I hadn't watched it, and it was like, wow.
This game was phenomenal, and your Miami Hurricanes, beat Ole Miss, and I was rooting for Ole Miss. It's a good story, especially because Lane Kiffin screwed them by leaving, and taking the LSU job, and I wanted them to win while he was sitting home watching. Didn't happen, but wow, what a game. I mean,
That was good.
when Ole Miss scored, there was about a little over 3 minutes to go, and I went, you know what? They scored too soon.
Yep.
Like you felt it coming, that they left too much time on the clock for Miami, and that's exactly what happened. But wow, what a game. Carson Beck, didn't look great for half the game. You know what? Carson Beck reminded me of like how Bo Nix has been going through this season. Yeah, like clumsy first half and then ratchets it up in the second half.
Now, has he been their regular starter the whole year? I could have sworn it was.
He transferred from Georgia. He was. And he was in the Heisman race. But I got to tell you, this Trinidad Chambliss to me looked better. I think he's a better quarterback. So, they were saying before this season started that this was going to be a quarterback deep draft.
Yeah.
And then these quarterbacks that were projected to go in the first round kind of stumbled around.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, this is not a big quarterback draft. But you know what? After watching these last two games, these college football games, I tend to disagree. I think there's a couple of good players here. Now, Chambliss wants to come back. And I'll get into that in a second, but Beck will be, I think he'll be a serviceable pro. Chambliss, I think, is better. And then there was last night's game, which was
as a game, it was horrible, but
it was awful. I somehow I gutted it out. I was going to shut it off, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to see how many points Indiana's going to score. Like it was just a morbid curiosity to see how bad they were going to smoke Oregon. And oh God, this game was over early. And Dante Moore, now, what's his name? Mel Kiper has Dante Moore projected to go number 1.
Oh, I thought he was projected as number 2. Okay.
I didn't see anything. Well, maybe other people haven't projected his number.
Oh, okay.
Mel Kiper, who's wrong about everything all the time, has him at number 1. I didn't see anything that impressed me from him really last night. He was turning the ball over, and yeah, he had a couple nice plays in garbage time, but it was garbage time. The game was decided.
Seems like a perfect pick for the Jets.
He really does.
At number 2.
He really does. He really does. This Fernando Mendoza, though.
That's who I thought was would be projected for number 1.
Oh, after last night, he's got to be. And the national championship games on the 19th, Monday the 19th, I'm guessing we're going to get a similar result. I think they're going to roll Miami.
Wow.
And if he looks just as effective as he did last night. Now, you look at his numbers, 17 of 20. And by the way, he had 1 incompletion with 3 minutes to go in this third quarter, or 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. His second incompletion. You say, 177. But they were getting short fields all the time because they were turning Oregon over left and right. He didn't have to go very far, but those throws he was making, oh my God. He was putting those balls in spots where nobody can catch it. 5 tutties. 5 tutties. The only thing I saw at him that I didn't like was he took off on one play, really reckless running with the ball out like a loaf of bread, and he fumbled, and his center jumped on it. I don't know how, because he was the only other red jersey in a sea of white jerseys. But it was just one of those games, man. It was so, after the Thursday night game being so dramatic, to watch this was just so disappointing,
Yeah.
But I think Indiana's just heads and tails above everybody else. That's why they're 15-0. And hang on, we got someone who wants to say something about Indiana.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Denny Green's already got him winning the whole thing, and I'm with Denny. Let's crown him.
I just hope that it's a little bit better game, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, I was shocked Miami beat Ole Miss. I really thought Ole Miss was going to win that game. So, Fernando Mendoza, have you seen this? Let me zoom this up a little bit. This is kind of cool. I saw this last week. Indiana star quarterback Fernando Mendoza on Christmas Eve brought the Heisman Trophy to the local priest at his church in an Amazon box.
I'm still seeing the Miami and Ole Miss stats.
How did that happen? That's not cool. Let me just stop screen share and reshare. Wow, that's messed up. How about now?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Indiana star quarterback Fernando Mendoza on Christmas Eve brought the Heisman Trophy to local priests at his church in an Amazon box. We walked out there in an Amazon box. It was the Heisman Trophy. This kid is truly special. He really is. And I don't know if you've watched him or heard him talk. He's one of these young kids who's cut from like Paul Skeens for the Pirates is the same way. He's an old soul in this young body, and he just gets it. And the league, the NFL is going to be a better place with Fernando Mendoza in it. I'm telling you, he
sounds like somebody that'd be good for the league. I'm still stuck. I'm stuck on church in an Amazon box.
He brought so he put the Heisman Trophy in an Amazon box.
Oh, I was thinking like the church wasn't an Amazon.
No. He brought the trophy to the church in an Amazon box and left it outside. He promised them if he won, he would bring it to the church. And
wow, that's freaking great.
Yeah, and if you watch this video, I'll leave.
Wow.
But
damn.
There's a shot here, I believe, right at the end. No, it's not in this video. I saw it somewhere else, but they showed all the clergymen and stuff with the Heisman Trophy.
Great.
Yeah, it was great. He's a really he just gets it. He's got no ego, nothing pretentious about him at all, Fernando. And he looked marvelous last night.
He's a perfect guy to go to Las Vegas.
Oh, right.
Take those down.
Please
change the whole culture of that place.
I'd actually, you know what? He's the kind of kid that needs to go to the Jets.
He probably does.
He is the kind of
kid. They certainly need him, but
they certainly do. Unfortunately, I think the Raiders are going to nail him.
I know.
It's just it bears watching. Maybe the Raiders will buy into the hype about Dante Moore or somebody else.
Yeah.
There's also looks like whoops. I'm going to go back to that in a second. Trinidad Chambliss applied for a 6th year of eligibility to stay at Ole Miss, and that's not going to happen.
6 years.
Yeah, they declined him. Now Ole Miss can appeal. I'm not sure they're going to win the appeal, which is going to force Chambliss into the draft.
Yeah.
And I, to be honest with you, like I said, I thought he looked better than Carson Beck, and he looked better than Dante Moore too. So this could be a top 2. Chambliss.
I wonder why he wants to stay.
Maybe he feels he's not ready and he wants one more year of who knows. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting. If he stays denied, he'll have to go in the draft. So my team, your Pittsburgh Steelers, also will need a quarterback. So you never know.
I mean, it could be that he doesn't like the prospects of like who he's going to, and he's like,
it could be
another year. I can get a better team.
Yeah, but Trinidad, if you're watching, and I know you are, no matter what year you come out, the top 5 teams are going to suck ass.
I know.
You're not going to get to go to the Dallas Cowboys or the Green Bay Packers. I mean, the odds of that are slim and none. You're going to get stuck on the Cleveland Browns or the Raiders or the Titans or something like that.
Maybe Arizona.
Maybe Arizona. But anyway, this is going to be, interesting if he comes out. So, and then one last bit of note, and this kind of goes back to the Fernando story. Jets quarterback Justin Fields revealed that he would like to be a missionary, spreading the word of God after his football career. I want to go to different countries and be able to spread the word and help people find Christ.
Wow, this is good.
I always admired Justin Fields as a human being. I feel terrible that he struggles so badly because he's always been like a good kid. You could always see it, Unfortunately, I think he might get to be a missionary sooner than he wants to.
Yeah.
Because his football career is on life support. Let's face it, he's not very good at football. And I don't know if that's his fault or if he was just wrecked or what.
I mean, at least he's got a plan to do something worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? Remember Rashard Mendenhall?
Oh yeah.
Gerard Mendenhall was the number 1 pick of your Steelers.
Wow. Yeah,
and after about 5 years, just suddenly retired from football to go and do this. So, yeah, you never know. So your Miami Dolphins made a hire this week, Edson. They poached Bruce's team.
Yeah.
This is a good hire, I believe.
I mean, it seems to be. He's been with that organization for like, what, 20 years?
2003. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you're seeing, I mean, he's been building player personnel on the Green Bay Packers for 22 years, and Green Bay has been good for 22 years. So he's had a lot of say in their acquisitions, and the Jets, Miami could certainly use some help in that department.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
So
sorry, Bruce.
Yeah. Sorry, Bruce. Maybe Green Bay will hire like the Jets player personnel guy now.
Oh yeah. See, that would be good.
Or the Raiders player personnel guy.
And of course, they promptly fired the coach right after this.
Before they made the hire.
But they must have known.
Well, we did our Black Monday special, and I'll put the link in the description if you want to go back and look at our Black Monday special. But we talked about, you brought it up. You said, why would they retain the coach in Miami if they're going to go get a new GM? And new GM's going to want his own coaching staff.
Maybe they were waiting to see who they would talk to before they decided, like whoever it was, to say, well, what do you think about the coach? And they got their opinion. And
maybe.
Obviously want somebody else. So
now here's the rub. There's heavy rumors that Matt LaFleur might be let go.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
By Green Bay, regardless of what happens, unless they go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Which is crazy. Like,
does Matt LaFleur land in Miami?
I wonder if all of these conversations were going on like in
the background.
It's like, okay, so we're going to hire you for sure, but we'll wait on the coaching until we see what happens.
Has that already been determined? Is Matt LaFleur already 1 foot out the door knowing that he's going to go to Miami?
I mean, it could be, but if the Packers surprise everyone, he's going to be stuck. I mean, not stuck, but who would make that type of move if you go on a run?
Well, let me throw a hypothetical at you, because we've seen this before out of the Packers. We saw the Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
he seemed to be fired prematurely too, with a Super Bowl in his back pocket. It was kind of weird, right? And then they bring in LaFleur. So Green Bay's no stranger to doing things like this. And I think when you look at the season the Packers had, I mean, they've had some injuries, but they lost 4 in a row down the stretch. They end up 9-7-1 in the last seed in the playoffs. That's not really where they expected to be when the season started. In fact, I have them going to the Super Bowl on my preseason pick. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl with Baltimore.
A lot of people had them as like probably ending up with the number 1 seed at the.
Yeah. And the way they started the year, the tie against Dallas withstanding, they looked like one of the better teams in the league. But by the end of they look about as mediocre as the Steelers do. So yeah.
I wonder if that conversation in the background extends to calling Harbaugh and saying, can you wait on your decision until this kind of plays out? And it's like, look, we got Micah coming back next year. So it's like, I don't know.
They also might.
I don't know. It's kind of. I'd love to hear what these.
They also could be hot on Kevin Stefanski, who they watched
that's true.
Twice a year when he was in Minnesota. It was right across the street, right across the sideline. They could be hot on Stefanski. So, Green Bay. I think they always feel like if they start to feel like they're getting a little bogged down, they've had a couple of early playoff exits the last couple of years.
Yeah.
This year was kind of a mediocre season, not up to expectation. They seem like they're just quick to pull the plug and move on. They don't let the wounds metastasize,
Yeah, I mean, if the whole after the dust clears, if LaFleur winds up, Matt LaFleur winds up in the Dolphins, I'd love it.
Yeah, I think if the Dolphins end up with one of 3, Matt LaFleur, John Harbaugh, or Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
You can't lose. You got to get one of those 3.
Yeah.
Unless you're going after a Clint Kubiak or somebody like that. That's also not a. I think Clint Kubiak is going to make an excellent head coach.
No, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, and after we did our special, 2 coaches got fired: Mike McDaniel and John Harbaugh, that was
a shocker to me.
A little bit of a shocker. I mean, the grumblings were out there, but after he survived Monday, it's weird that some of these teams made these decisions, Wednesday, Thursday. It was, especially McDaniel was Thursday, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
crazy.
That one I see because of the GM thing, but the Harbaugh thing, I wonder if they're just like, all right, we're just going to take a day to talk to him and see where he's at mentally and see what he wants.
I honestly think the schism between him and Lamar is real. And I think John Harbaugh is the one that went to that beat reporter and said, print this.
Wow.
I think it was kind of like how Belichick and Brady parted ways at the end.
Yeah.
And the owner took the player over the coach. That's what I'm guessing. I think Harbaugh, when they said they had a final interview and they agreed to part ways, and I think Harbaugh said, I can't work with this kid anymore. He's just not putting in the time.
That's a far, what amazes me is that's a far cry from the beginning of this season when he's quoted as saying that Lamar is by far the best quarterback, and like he's saying he's going to get more Super Bowls than anybody else, and all. Oh my gosh,
he could. The talent.
I know.
The talent is there, but let's face it. I mean, and look how this season played out with Lamar.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he had the hamstring problem, and he had a couple other. He was dinged up a little bit, but he seemed quick to sit down and pack it in.
Definitely,
especially when he got hit in the back. You're trying to. Every game counts. You're scratching and clawing to get to the playoffs, and you get a helmet in the back, and that's it. You're done for 2 weeks. That's something. They're not telling the truth. Something's wrong. Something's wrong there. So clearly, Baltimore decided to remedy it by moving on from their head coach. So,
and the alternative would have been to put him on the trading block, but that would have been weird.
Yeah. So they did interview Kevin Stefanski this week too. So Kevin Stefanski could land right back in the same division with the Baltimore. Wouldn't it be funny if Cleveland hired Harbaugh? They just
that would be
swap sidelines, right?
And then as soon as Stefanski gets hired to Cleveland, he's going to be like, "Oh, what's Baker Mayfield's contract situation in Tampa Bay?" I need to get somebody back here.
Oh man, yeah. Whoever takes that Cleveland, good job. Good luck. They've had 42 quarterbacks since they came back in the league in '99.
Yeah,
25 years.
That's crazy.
26 years, 42
so
quarterbacks.
Crazy. That's just crazy.
So we are less than 7 hours away, Edson, from our first game.
Whoa, wild card weekend.
Yep. Rams and the Panthers.
And it's funny, earlier in the week, I was like about to text you guys saying, "Oh, I'm mourning for the loss of Monday Night Football," but I'm like, nope, there's one more week of Monday Night Football. Never mind.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
this early game.
Let's go here first. Let's go to DraftKings. So the spread here is 10.5 right now.
Wow.
Rams favored by 10.5 on the road. Now, this is horrible. And we've talked about this ad nauseum, but the NFL's got to fix this. Why a 12-win team has to travel to Carolina and play an 8-win team? A sub 500 8-win team. I mean, granted, I have, like our friend George said, the Panthers shouldn't even be in there. Like, well, they won their division. You win your division, you should get in, but the seedings should fall by record.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that the NFL's entrenched in this. You want to make winning your division an important, thing. So that's why they give them the first home game. But
and I see both sides of the argument, but it's really hard to justify this.
It is hard. Yeah. Winning your division, it's fine. You get into the playoffs. That's enough. But you really shouldn't be playing a home game.
No, exactly. That they should be at SoFi today.
Yep.
The Rams should get the home game.
Bruce would have been happier at SoFi.
Yeah, Bruce loves SoFi. It's his favorite stadium. I think he wants the Packers to play there. So let's check the weather in Charlotte. We got 62 degrees and cloudy.
Oh, yeah.
Cloudy.
62. Wow. Balmy 62.
62. Tonight, but the game's this afternoon.
Yeah. 4:30, almost into the night.
Almost into the night. So I mean, breezy by 3 to 10 miles an hour. A lightning delay cannot be ruled out during the football game.
Wow, jeez.
Yeah. So and there's the radar. Oh, yeah, you see these storm clusters headed that way. So weather may or may not be much of a factor, but I can't see the Rams getting slowed down at all. I do not expect a repeat of that game that Bruce picked so correctly out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think they just caught that team sleepwalking at that time.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm surprised that McVay would let it happen, but this is playoffs now, so I don't know.
Wait. What did you just say?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
I cannot see them like taking this lightly at all and taking it. I would assume the other way, which is like even if they were up by like 20 in the fourth quarter, they'd still try to score even more.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Rams are going to be a little pissed off after what happened last time. Now Carolina's got a solid defense and a solid offense, but they're not. How can I put this? They're like a D2. If you're going to college in metaphors, they're a D2 champion, and the Rams are a D1 top 5.
Wow, look at that stat at the bottom. The -2 in the turnover differential. That's bad.
Yeah. So I just can't see this going well for Carolina. They might hang in there for a while, but I just think the Rams are going to dial it up against Bryce Young. He's not going to be effective at all. They're not going to be able to move the ball, a lot of 3 and outs. It's going to be, I think the only chance Carolina has is they got to run the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, with Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. Otherwise, they're toast.
And the Rams have Devontae Adams back, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so
I don't think this is going to go well. Out of all the games on the weekend ledger, this was the easiest one to call.
Which is why they have them for the early Saturday game.
Yeah, exactly. Which
usually Houston gets slotted.
I was just going to say that. It's always the Texans. The Texans are celebrating that they're not the first game this time. They're always the first game.
Yeah.
So I will take. Are we doing with points or without points?
That's the thing. I was confused this morning when we got that the pitch from Bruce, where he's like, "Oh, we're doing the points," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize that, but we can." I'm not against it. I mean, it's if he's under that impression. I don't know. I thought we were just going to pick them regularly, but if you guys want to do the points, that's fine too. I don't know. Or we could just give both of our, both, and then figure out at either way.
I'll take Rams both. I think they win and cover.
I would do this. I would do the same thing. So either way, I'm gonna take the Rams.
Yeah,
even given the points and to win.
Yeah, I mean just on the fact alone that the Rams have been there, done that. Matthew Stafford's won a Super Bowl. They almost beat Philadelphia last year on the road in the snow. Remember that?
Yeah,
in the championship game. So was it the championship game?
Yeah.
No,
it was the divisional
round.
Right.
And in the Panthers, this is their first time on a stage this big. And I think we're going to see a little bit of pee running down somebody's leg today.
I mean, Stafford's probably looking at this as like this is my last chance to go get it again. And it's like,
I agree. And you know what? Like the season he had, and he's in the MVP discussion. It's time to show your MVP caliber quarterback, and just you can't go out and lay an egg against Carolina. All right. Next up. And I really toyed with the idea of driving down to Virginia today to watch this with Chop and Bruce. I thought about it.
Oh my gosh.
If it was next week, I would have definitely done it. But I just got back from the other coast.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I just got home. I can't turn around and try and take off again to watch a football game. But yeah, this is going to be fun. This game's going to be awesome.
This is like the third game in like the last 5 weeks between these two, because they had the weird scheduling hiccup where they played 2 out of 3 at the end of the season. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. 2 out of 3. Yeah. It was a 2 games in 3 week span.
Yeah.
Either one. Now the forecast has changed here. This bump.
Oh wow! I thought it was going to be colder than this.
Yeah, so did I. But yeah, it was great. I mean, you think about those two games. This was a hard game for me to pick, and actually, you were sitting there with me the other day when I was pacing around, and I was just like, I couldn't make.
I was struggling inwardly.
Oh, it was rough because when you look at those other two games, Green Bay pretty much dominated both of them, but took the foot off the gas in both, or Chicago stomped the gas.
Yeah.
And Green Bay barely won the first one. Caleb threw that horrible pass in the end zone at the end because it would have been a tie and gone into overtime. And then the second game did tie and go into overtime. And Caleb threw that beautiful dime to DJ Moore. So both games, Green Bay had the lead, I think, for all of 5 minutes, except for 5 minutes in both games. So, but it's hard to do that 3 times to the same opponent in a 5-week span. Can you dominate them on the statistics sheet for a third time and potentially lose again or win this time? Yeah, it's I don't know. It's hard.
I mean, so the weather said rain, right? So 36.
So we got tonight, cloudy and breezy with some snow with little to no accumulation. There can be a brief heavy snow shower. Dress warmly if attending the game. Low of 24.
I mean, it's going back to what you said about Carolina. It is Caleb's first playoff, and you wonder whether that's going to affect him. Just jittery or anxiety or anything like that. Love has been there before, but he's missed the last 4 games. So this is his first game back in a month. So you don't know, he's going to be pick it up right on stride, or there'll be any rust.
Right.
The thing that got me, and I know maybe we're going to be different on this in terms of picking him. The thing that got me was that even if Caleb doesn't play well, which he actually didn't for most of the game against Green Bay the last few times, is their running game is really good, and I think that is going to be key for this game.
Although Green Bay gets Josh Jacobs back today.
Okay.
So
both their running games are probably going to be good then.
Yeah. I mean, and if the weather is bad, whether it's snowing or, icy rain or whatever you're going to get, there's going to be precipitation. You're going to probably have to keep the ball on the ground a little bit more than normal. So that's going to play heavily into this game. I saw a stat and I should have. It's just, I don't have, I wish I could sit here all day and just dig up stats, but something like Caleb Williams has thrown 25 of his 30 touchdown passes or whatever it is in the fourth quarter, when they're trailing in the second half. So he's only thrown 4 touchdown passes in the first half. In the second half, when they're trailing, that's when he lights it up. So I agree with you. I'm well, this could be too big a stage for him. He can make a lot of mistakes, at least early on, and then maybe recover a little bit. But at the same time, he seems to thrive when things are going poorly for them.
He does. And it's I think Green Bay needs to, not that I have either for either team here, but Green Bay needs to take advantage of that slow start from the Bears to try to get kind of a bigger lead early on in order to make it easier for them so that there's not a big comeback. But I see here, and I'm bringing this up again with a turnover differential, 20 plus 22. So the Bears, their defense might not be great, but they're really good at turning the ball over. So Love needs to be careful he doesn't do one of those crazy things that he that sometimes they do one of those crazy plays where he does laterals and throws it up in the air, whatever, because that may be a type of play that can turn this for the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears are very opportunistic, and they create a lot of their offensive chances off of turnovers, short fields and whatnot. And we saw that in both games, how they kind of, the way they took those games. And I think Green Bay, and I saw another channel did a video on how Green Bay seems to have ignored their special teams.
That's a good point. Yeah,
the special
teams could
teams
be a
have
big play.
cost them in the playoffs the last couple of years. And that could be a deciding factor there too.
Yep.
On block, the missed kick, anything like that. So, or give up a big return. So,
Yep. Even the mishandling of how you catch the ball there, where you wind up, stuck at your 2-yard line, could be a big thing.
Right. Letting the ball go over your head, kind of thing. So the current line is Green Bay favored by 1.5. So the Bears are a home dog.
Yep.
This is a flip a coin. I mean,
this is as even to me as you possibly can be.
I sat there filling out my bracket at our friend George's restaurant the other day, and I sat there before you even came in. I'd already been there half an hour, lamenting. I had trouble picking 2 games. It was this one and the next one. I sat there for probably a good hour, like back and forth. Like I just can't decide.
You can convince yourself back and forth for many, many different. Like I said,
I almost called him and said, "Hey, that Chicago Green Bay game. Well, can you flip that for me?" But I'm going to stick with what I did. I'm going to pick the Packers because of the experience. The Bears, phenomenal year. Chicago,
yeah, good
you're
year.
on the right road. You've got your quarterback. You've got a bright future ahead. But I think they're just not quite ready yet.
Okay. And I had the same struggle, but I'm going the opposite way.
Oh,
I'm going with the Bears. Just like a home type, more like a home type thing. It's amazing to me that when Caleb Williams came out last year, I had all sorts of, before they even saw an NFL stadium, all sorts of these paid guys like, oh, they're going to the Super Bowl. Then he had this year where it's like, maybe not down for a typical quarterback, but expectations are like,
for a 1-1, yeah,
he could be a bust. He's going to be a bust. At the beginning of this year, you had these same paid people saying he's going to be a bust, especially like when the first 2 games he was horrible. Oh, it's time to think of him as a bust or whatever. And then as the year goes by, it's like now they're back on the he's going to have this great NFL career. It's so crazy how people get paid so much money to make these kind of things that we can just come on here and say.
Yeah, we don't get paid. We get paid pennies on the dollar.
Basically, my thing is that the Bears are at home. The familiarity with their stadium is going to give them a little bit of a boost. And Ben Johnson, I think he's done a really good job of like keeping Caleb Williams like within this like just comfort factor where he doesn't like unravel. You talked about how he started out horribly in a lot of those games, and it's like he doesn't wind up just like unraveling to the point where it just blows up. And it's like it's got to be like some coaching's got to play a big part in this. And I think I think Ben Johnson's gonna like come up with some new wrinkles, some new plays that's gonna baffle the Packers at some point.
You may have convinced me. No, this is my problem.
Watch this be like a blowout, and I'll be like, oh, what an idiot I am.
Like I made my picks, handed them into George. I got in the car. I'm driving home. I'm listening to NFL radio, and Pat Kerwin changes my mind.
I mean, half the people you listen to, and the other half are going to be changing your mind.
No, it's like this is a coin flip. Everything you said makes sense, but it also makes sense. We know that Green Bay's got the playoff experience and the
loves
the May and whatnot. So I don't know. It's a 1.5 point spread, so I'll take the Packers minus the points to somehow muddle through, just because based on the fact that they, in my opinion, they blew the first 2 games.
That's true. That is true. They did it. But that means that if the Packers win by a point, I'll still win this game.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that could exactly happen.
Imagine this being one of those
40-40.
2 seconds to go for the 2-point conversion or not.
Oh,
that would be crazy.
I think you play it more close to the vest than the
I
play.
know.
Because overtime will go as long as you need it to go.
Yeah, I know.
There's none of this
Not the same thing
crap.
as the regular season. I know.
So you would play for overtime, I think.
Although some coaches, the way they gauge their team, how their
these
team
analytics.
is doing, it's like, no, I mean, meaning it's like a game type thing where it's like, well, my team is definitely losing a lot of energy. We're losing the momentum. This is our only chance here. If we go into overtime, I know we're going to blow it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So this is our chance to win because we're not going to win in overtime type thing. But that doesn't happen all the time.
No. A lot of times it feels like it's the team that came back and tied the game has all the momentum. So
that's true.
Yeah. No, it's I'm looking so forward. Every game on this docket for this 3 days, I am so excited about, except for the Rams game.
I'm actually still looking forward to that game as like it's almost like an appetizer to the weekend where I'm just like sit back and I don't really have to sit there on my chair watching every play, but I want to see if the Rams kind of straighten themselves out because the end of their season was a little wobbly, I think.
It was a little wobbly. It was. Then we get to Sunday. We got 3 games on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it starts out, what the hell? Come on, add the stage. There we go. It starts out with the other game I was like, took me an hour to
that's the other one.
Make a decision on. Buffalo Bills against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval.
It's amazing that there's a playoff game in that stadium when
Duval.
Wasn't that long ago that I was thinking
they're going to move.
Well, not that, but I was thinking Jacksonville was just like, oh, they're not even like part of your thoughts about playoffs.
Thoughts about what?
Me
being in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, and they were talking about moving Jacksonville to London at one point. Remember?
Oh my gosh, that's right. Oh, geez.
They were like, "Oh, we might put a team in London. Maybe we'll move Jacksonville there."
I mean, they're the ones who've been playing there the most.
Yeah. Then in comes Liam Cohen, and much like Ben Johnson in Chicago and Mike Vrabel in New England, flips the script on the whole damn league. And here they are, the Jacksonville Jaguars at 13-4.
That's
remember when the Colts were 8-1?
Yeah.
And running away with the division? Nobody saw this coming. That the Jacksonville Jaguars would end up the champions of the AFC South, hosting a home playoff game against the Buffalo Bills, who many people had winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's check the old point spread, shall we? The Bills are getting 1.5.
They are?
Bills are road dog as of right now. This is
sworn they they really switched over.
They did because the Bills
the other way.
We're not the Bills like a 3.5 point favorite 2 days ago.
I don't know if it was 3. I definitely saw them as a 1.5 point favorite.
I saw that too.
Like yesterday, I saw that. I was like, wow.
This is live right now. I'll refresh. This is DraftKings.
Something must have happened. Well, I know what happened. Like a lot of money went into Jacksonville. So.
That's what happened. Yeah, the money line probably moved.
Wow, they're they're underdogs now. Jeez.
So here you have it. Jags also big on turnover differential.
It's another one. It's another. They're just like the Bears, another opportunistic defense that loves to turn the ball over. And Josh Allen, when he tries to become Superman, he tends to go the extra few yards, and that's when things kind of the ball hits the carpet.
Now this is the game of Josh Allen versus Josh Allen.
That's right.
You've got the Josh Allen on the Jacksonville side, who's a beast. Now, this is the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Yeah.
So the Bills have the best running. They're ranked number 1 in rushing, and the Jags are ranked number 1 in rushing defense.
Jeez.
So what gives here? This is tough. What this came down to for me is think back 2 years ago. Trevor Lawrence comes into the playoff game against the Chargers.
Yep.
Throws 4 interceptions in the first half. I think 3 in the first quarter. Rights the ship and ends up winning the game. But that was when the Chargers were coached by that complete tool bag. What was that guy? Was an idiot. He was going for it down on his own 10-yard line. What was that guy's name?
Oh my God.
Staley or something? Was it Staley?
This is crazy.
Yeah, that guy was a nutbag. Now, if Lawrence had a great year, but Trevor Lawrence is capable of those kind of first halves. If Trevor Lawrence comes out and turns the ball over once or twice right away, this game is going to be over because they are not going to come back.
You're right. Yeah.
Against this team.
Yeah, it was Brandon Staley. Yeah, you're right.
Brandon Staley, yeah.
I agree with you. Lawrence cannot be coming out and doing something like that any near this because it'll be over before it even starts. Because that they will not have a chance to come back on the Bills that way.
Now, a lot of people, I mean, myself included, you look at the Bills, they have not looked great all year. But I also think back to that Patriots game. They went to New England about 4 weeks ago. They were down 21-0 right away.
Yeah.
And I believe 24-3 or 24-7 at halftime. Win the game. And that was one of those games where Josh Allen said, just move. Let me do this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And what finally made my mind up about this game was exactly that. That this is the year. I mean, we're not breaking any ground here by saying this. There's no Joe Burrow. There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson. This is Josh's time. But the team around him is not as good as past Buffalo teams. They're just not. Yeah. But does Josh elevate his game? Does he want it bad enough? Yeah, I think he does. And I think he gets the job done.
I mean, he certainly has proven that in the playoffs, he does elevate his game even higher than when you see him in the regular season. And he may have to like take it upon himself to win the game, not completely all by himself, but he may just have to just do everything, including passing, throwing a touchdown pass, catching a touchdown pass, running for a touchdown. Anything. He might even have to throw himself in there for special teams for.
I mean, what hurts him and what's hurt the Bills all year is their receiving core is about as bad as the Pittsburgh Steelers receiving core. There's nobody there. I think they expected Keon Coleman to step it up. He actually took a step back. Shakir's okay, but Shakir's a 2-3 on any team. He's just, he's okay. He doesn't have the Stephon Diggs anymore. He doesn't have.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy they brought in there? I'm drawing a blank. Amari Cooper doesn't have that veteran with the great hands. They even brought back Gabe Davis, and he's not done a whole lot either. So Buffalo, the weather in Jacksonville, 68 degrees. This will be, that's today. Let's go to daily.
Oh, right. Tomorrow.
We got to look tomorrow. 67 and rain.
Wow. Okay. May help the
rotation in these games.
May help them with the running game there.
Yeah. A jacket come in handy.
Lawrence is a runner as well. So
yeah. I mean, look. I'm
not worried at all about Josh Allen. He'll be fine. My big thing is what you said at the beginning of this. Is Lawrence gonna go into this kind of anxious and start making mistakes, or is he just going to be nice and relaxed and just do his thing like he's been doing for the last 9 or 10 games?
Yeah, I think a lot of this game hinges on what happens with Trevor Lawrence. I think it's that simple. Both quarterbacks are going to make the difference here.
Yeah,
and look, Jacksonville's defense is better. I think Jacksonville's offense overall is better, but I think the Bills will make the bigger plays. And James Cook, they got the leading rusher on their team, and they're the number one rushing team. If they can control the ball and keep Jacksonville's offense on the sideline. So,
I think this will be a big miss for the Bills if they somehow lose this game, like a big disappointment for this season, based on what you just said. That you got Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, and I don't know. I'm jumping on the Jacksonville momentum. The thing that made me struggle the most about this game, about picking the winner, is that I think there's a good chance that the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. Like either one is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
even if Jacksonville wins this game, I still think there's a good chance to go to the Super Bowl. And certainly, but if Buffalo wins it, I think they'll go to the Super Bowl.
I am riding shotgun with you on that all the way, because when I was filling out my bracket the other night, I said to George, I'm having trouble picking this game because whichever team I pick here will go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I could blow my whole bracket if I pick the wrong one.
And one of ours is going to be blown because I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
And I went with Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo with the
So
one.
it'll be interesting either way.
It definitely will. This is going to be a fun one tomorrow. Like, you know, if you're on the West Coast, 10 a.m., get up, make some egg, make a nice egg and
breakfast right
and sit down and watch this thing, man. It sucks that the best game on Sunday is the first game on Sunday.
Yeah. And I kind of I'm disappointed that they drew each other in the wild card. I was hoping that maybe either division or even championship game would be this matchup,
but I think the beauty of this year's bracket, especially this wild card weekend, year after year, we're let down by wild card weekend. We get all excited for it, and then every game sucks, right?
I know. It has been like that. I agree.
This year, it feels so wide open to me. There's two teams who have no shot: Carolina and Pittsburgh. Other than that, I think it's wide open. It's anybody's ball game here. And I think we're going to have a really good wild card weekend for the first time in a long time.
Some people think Pittsburgh has a shot. But...
Nah. I'm realistic. People are dreaming. You know how many games forget it. I'm not going to get into that. They suck. They suck. All right. San Francisco at Philadelphia would be your 4:30 p.m. game on Fox.
Good game.
Tom Brady game. So I guess we're getting Tony Romo on this one, and we're going to get Tom Brady on this one. It's at the Link in Philadelphia, which is a really tough place to play.
I know.
You got the defending world champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Elgises, as the mayor would call them. And you got the 49ers who last week, 49ers, and this is what killed them, wearing those stupid black uniforms.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Glinzer, come tell me those uniforms, they were ass. Don't wear black. Stupid. Oh, yeah. So, look, this is how tight this is why, like my previous statement about how this could be the best wild card weekend in a long time. The 49ers are like one of these teams that embody it. They were playing for the number 1 seed overall last week, lose the game, and now they're the sixth,
yeah.
So that tells you just how tight this is, right?
Yeah, what a margin for error. Such a tiny margin for error. This kind of reminds me of last year's Rams versus Philadelphia.
Yeah, it does.
But that was a divisional game.
Yeah, it really does.
And again, this has been a familiar theme for this season. The Eagles is another team on top of Buffalo that have kind of been very up and down the whole season long. Haven't really put a string of games where you're impressed at all.
Jalen Hurts has not looked very good. Not putting up the numbers we're used to, and Saquon Barkley has been all but missing this year.
Yeah,
Saquon Barkley is going to end up on a milk carton pretty soon.
Oh man, that's
yeah,
I'm sure.
Again, on paper, even game.
Pretty even.
I'm going with the vibe. The vibe going into this game. San Francisco has somehow found a way all year long, missing all their great players, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, just down the line. Go down the line. They lost to Purdy for 6-7 weeks, and they found a way to keep winning. I don't know how they've done it, but I think it ends here.
Really? Yeah. The one game that was disappointing was their last showing it, like Linzer says, 3 points against Seattle. That was very disappointing. I was like, what is happening in this game? Why
couldn't get their offense moving at all?
So inept. Oh my gosh.
It was first downs. It was one of those games where a first down was a grind,
Yeah. And I think the injuries have caught up, that will catch up to them here and have caught up with them. Actually, the thing is, what is it still 4.5? Is it 5.5? I forgot what I do think
the black unis are they are.
I do think the Eagles will win this game, but I don't think it will be by big. So I'm like kind of like doing the opposite thing, like the Eagles to win, but I think I will take San Francisco with the points, depending on if it changed or not.
It's sitting at 6.
Yeah, I'm taking San Francisco with the points. If we're doing the points, I'm taking the points.
Yeah, well, we're going to pick both, right?
Right, yeah.
So straight up, I'm picking Philadelphia to win the game. Straight up.
Same thing. Yeah.
San Francisco with the points. I'm with you on that.
Same thing.
I think this is a field goal game, and I think it's going to be one of those games where I think it's going to be a rock fight. It's going to be a real sludge game for a while. Low scoring, 13-10, 16-13. And then I can see something like a big pass to A.J. Brown, or a Barkley will break one, and that's going to be the game. I just, in the fourth quarter, it's just going to be one of those tight games, like a boxing match where they're just jabbing and feeling each other out for the first half.
Yeah, I think that the Eagles defense, which doesn't get talked about enough this season, is definitely going to keep San Francisco.
Yeah,
McCaffrey and San Francisco in general in between the 20s. They get very, very tough when it comes to like their, I guess you call it the red zone or green, whatever people like to say, either green zone or red zone. Within the 20-yard line, they get very, very tough there, and it's going to be, unfortunately, like Linzer said, it's going to be like some field goals involved here because they really tighten up back there.
Yeah,
and if they can stop McCaffrey, it's going to be tough for San Francisco to get touchdowns.
I forgot they had Robinson. They got from Washington. He's a good back.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Haven't really used him at all.
What's the weather on this too? Is it more of a running game type thing?
Look.
Okay, another rain thing.
No, that's
that's never mind. Yeah.
Philadelphia.
I mean, if these games turn into more of like the classic running game, I'll be happy. I like those type of games. Instead of the ball flying all over the place.
No, I think it's going to be a 1970s game.
Good.
Keep it on the ground. We got 47 degrees.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay,
that's really good. That's almost 50 degrees in Philadelphia.
No limitations on either or, so yeah, no excuses on this one.
None. I mean, we'll get into the evening. It's going to drop into the 30s probably at some point, but the only thing you're looking at here is high winds, 35 miles an hour, which
could affect the field goals.
It will feed into the air game. Yeah, so your feelings about keeping it on the ground will be amplified by the conditions. I admire the 49ers. I admire Kyle Shanahan. Well, a hell of a coaching job. Don't forget that Brandon Ayuk walked out and never came back in the middle of the year. Like, they just lost everybody.
They did.
And somehow they're right there. 12 wins. I mean, whatever happens tomorrow, great. San Francisco. Better luck next year. I mean, if they do somehow survive this, though, they will get Fred Warner back next week, I believe. But he's not really in game shape, so
yeah. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of like fourth down, let's go for it type plays in this game.
There could be. It depends. I mean, that'll be based on clock. I think that'll be based on clock. Depending on if it's getting late in the game and they're trailing by 4 or something, you might see that. Although, let me just go on record as saying too, I'm getting tired of everybody going for it on fourth down.
I know. I'm not saying I like it. I think that's going to happen.
No, it's just getting exhausting. Is it not?
It's not a novelty anymore. Everybody's just doing it. As soon as you hit your 30-yard line, fourth down is there.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm in the players union punters, I'm like,
I know.
I'm going to ask for more money because you're obsoleting my job.
That's true.
Yeah. But that's another great game. Another one that was very difficult to pick, but you got to go with the Eagles for the experience. They're the defending champions too.
It's true.
Do you really think they're going to lose in the wild card round?
I mean, that would be same as with Buffalo. Would be a big disappointment for them to lose in this round. And I forgot to mention this back when we did Buffalo Jacksonville, because you're talking about the kicking game. Their kicker could be a big difference. I mean, he's routinely doing 60+ yard field goals. So you could see that towards the end of the game, if it's really tight, just Jacksonville gets a kickoff, 10 yards, and then you can go for the get to your own 40-yard line and you're in field goal range.
I'm glad you brought that up, by the way, because he's hit a 68-yarder, a 67-yarder last week. Yeah, good point. That's one X factor that Buffalo has to really be worried about.
Yeah.
And if I'm Buffalo special teams, I'm practicing kick blocks all week long.
They should.
Don't forget, when you're kicking from 60, 50 plus, I mean, it's a low trajectory because you
have to.
I would get that kick block team working overtime this week.
Yeah, whatever team ignores their special teams this week may pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, you just went back to that game. I want to go back to the Bears Green Bay game real quick. We're talking about the Bears finishing up with the best turnover differential in the league at +22. We forgot to talk about it last week, and we almost forgot to talk about it this week, but an NFL record was set this year by your New York Jets. Jets bag would be happy about this. 0 interceptions and only 4 turnovers total, both NFL records.
By a team that's coached by a former
cornerback.
Defensive back.
Yeah, a defensive guru who used to be a defensive back. 0.
That is, when you think about it, that is very crazy.
And he has survived Black Monday.
Yeah.
And that's for 2 reasons, and you and I discussed it. It's one is Woody Johnson gave him a 4-year deal for $40-something million. He's not going to pay him to go somewhere else or sit home. And the second thing is, if you one and done him after what you did to Robert Saleh the year before, no one's going to want to come coach there. So you've got to establish a little continuity there. So the Jets kind of handcuffed themselves to they're handcuffed to a bomb.
Yeah.
All right. The last game on Sunday, the Chargers, the reeling San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, travel up to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots.
Right. It's like of all the really good games we talked about already, and we still have New England to come and the Chargers. Wow.
This would be.
I'm going to be exhausted by this point.
The Collinsworth Tirico special. Back in the home, the Death Star, the evil empire, Foxborough, Massachusetts, Stadium. What happens here, Edson? Let's check the current point spread. We've got Chargers getting 3.5. That's it. Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm surprised because here's the big thing going into this game. The Chargers are missing every single one of their offensive linemen. They're all out.
Which is like a shame to me, because I really wanted them to play with their offensive line and give Herbert a real good chance to shine. But I have a feeling he might not be able to. Although I'll have to say that if you're going to pick a weakness in the Patriots, it would be their defensive line, which doesn't put a lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks.
But they are getting their top pass rusher back this week. I forgot. So Armour is still in there, even though he's in legal trouble. He's still playing.
Yep. I mean,
and they're getting Robert Spillane back too, their middle linebacker.
It's so hard to play without your offensive line. Wow.
Yeah. This is we know how Jim Harbaugh coaches. Jim Harbaugh is an amazing coach. No matter where he goes, he wins, and he's going to find a way to keep this a winnable game throughout. It's not going to get away from him. Will they win the game outright? Probably not.
I don't think so.
He's going to try to grind it out, keep it on the ground, eat the clock, keep Drake May on the other sideline. And that all depends on his running game. And if Hampton and Vidal can handle it, maybe. But this is much like the 49ers. The Chargers have been snake bitten by injuries all year, and it's amazing that he's gotten them to 11 wins. And a lot of that's the quarterback.
Yeah. I actually think they would have won the division if there hadn't been hit with injuries, but no, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, we've been big on just offensive line. I've talked about how Houston took a huge step back over the last couple of years because they wouldn't work on their offensive line, and Stroud just running for his life. And I know we still have to talk about them coming up. And in this case, Harbaugh is big on the running game and big on the offensive, but it's not his. That's it. Injuries you can't control, and it's just a shame that they're being hit hard right now. And I think it's going to be an early out for them. I'm definitely going with New England here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going Patriots, and with the points, Patriots minus, what is it, 3.5?
Yeah. Well, I'll do both giving the points and the outright win.
Yeah. Same. Weather, dress warmly for the football game, 24 degrees. No more rain. It's going to rain like all day. So it'll be like cold and damp and gross. And you've got the Chargers flying west to east. Granted, it's an 8 p.m. game, so that's 5 p.m. to their body clock. It's not as horrible as playing like a 1 o'clock game. But I don't think there's enough tools in the toolbox left to take down a number 2 seed like New England at home. I just don't. So,
normally, and I still do worry a little bit about this, that it could happen when in a quirky type thing. If Drake May first playoff appearance, it could get to him where he starts making a lot of mistakes and starts just being anxious and things like that. But I don't think that's going to happen because of the coach that they have.
I agree.
If they had a rookie coach, maybe that would be a big thing. But I think because of their coach and not just for the offense but the defense, like that, he'll definitely have them ready, and he'll make sure that they don't get tight, and they'll know what it is to be in the playoffs prior to getting into the playoffs, so that they'll know what to expect.
I see this going very similar to the way when they played Buffalo a few weeks back up there. I see jumping out to a quick lead and on this time sitting on it. I don't think they'll cough it up this time. They're going to get the crowd behind them. It's going to be chaos up there. I see this getting away from the Chargers early. The Chargers will battle back, but I think New England will they'll always keep at least a 7 to 10 point lead on them, I believe.
Yeah, I actually think if that happens, which probably will happen in terms of getting out of a big league, I think that they will not sit, not just even hold on. I think they're just going to pour it on. I think they learned from that game. You saw, and unfortunately at the expense of the Dolphins, like they had something to play for in the last game of the season, but they played their starters full on and just crushed the Dolphins. So it was like 38-10.
You're seeing something like this happening? Is that what you're telling me?
Not exactly like that, because these are pro players, but I could easily see a 3-touchdown win here. I think the Patriots will pour it on if they get out to an early lead.
If they get out to an early lead, it could get ugly. But I still think Jim Harbaugh is too good of a coach, and he's going to have them really well prepared.
I agree. Yeah, which is probably why it won't happen. But
you can see those either or scenario playing out. You could see New England getting an early touchdown and the Chargers answering, or the Chargers go 3 and out and New England scores again. Then you get into the.
Then you can see that.
Then you can see that crowd gets behind them. The muskets are firing.
Oh.
Bob Kraft is getting a massage. It's just the whole thing. The wheels come off. It's just going to be ugly.
In a way, I mean, not that I'm not a Patriots fan, but for their kind of mentality, I hope that the running away with the game doesn't happen, because it may get into not the coach, but it may get into the players' heads like, oh, this playoff thing is easy, and they may run into a grinder the following week and not know what to do. I hope it's a closer game than just a easy win.
That's an interesting point, but when you think back to Mike Vrabel's history with coaching the Titans, he pulled off some amazing playoff upsets with the Titans. He went into Baltimore and beat the heavily favored Ravens.
Yep.
With Derrick Henry just went off in that game. So This is another one where the Chargers are not going to win the game, but do they keep it close in a slog, or does this get away from them really quick?
Right.
I can see both scenarios, but I kind of think Harbaugh's going to keep it close.
Yeah, this season's really been bad injury-wise, I think, than most other seasons.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think part of it is Glinzer. Well, there's a couple factors. One, these guys are training year-round now, where they never, and they're on these amazing supplements, and a lot of these guys 2% body fat, and they're just human missiles, right? The other thing is they're not practicing in pads anymore. They're not practicing 2-a-days anymore. They have really limited practice schedules to reduce, in Roger Goodell's eyes and the competition committee's eyes, it's going to reduce injury, but it's not. It's reducing injury in practices maybe, or fatigue in practices. But you're right. I mean, these guys are not. They're not in game shape. They're in game shape, but they're not in total game. I you know what I'm trying to say?
A long season game shape. It's like the longer the season goes, the worse. The harder it is to recover from a full game.
Yeah,
it does accumulate. It's not like you get totally refreshed week after week. It accumulates over and over.
Yeah, and the league is they're so hypocritical with player safety things.
Yeah, I know.
So they reduce practices. They don't let them practice in pads and full contact and all this stuff. And then these guys are getting hit and they're getting hurt. Yeah. And they're not practicing enough to get into like you said, for a long season. And then they're adding games. Now they want to go to 18. So yeah. But I think a lot of it is a lot of them, they're over conditioned. Like my masseuse tells me sometimes, like, you're overdoing it at the gym. You're over, like, you can't, nothing's flexible. You're just all tightened up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors. I don't know. I think some of these guys are just over supplemented too, and lack of hydration, and there's a whole bunch of factors that go into it. But it is getting frustrating because it's the marquee players that keep going down.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like it makes a big difference to the teams. It makes a big difference to the brand.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love Fred Warner. He's one of my favorite players in the league. To lose him all year just sucks. I love watching that dude play. Yeah, I know, right?
I agree. I kept waiting for that.
Players going down like bowling pins, and the most fragile of them all survives.
Yeah.
All right, then we got Monday Night Football, baby, on ESPN with Troy Aikman and Yerbeck. Your Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting a playoff game because Baltimore's kicker choked.
Now, do you think Tomlin went to the league and said, schedule us for Monday night because I've never lost on Monday night?
Probably. Can I just say
I'm just trying to be
you know what sickened me beyond all sickenness? When Baltimore is the kick and he goes in King Kong's.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
That's
put your head down and run. You just
you escaped.
You do. You escaped losing. You probably saved your job because he missed the kick. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we were talking the other day and George brought up the Jets playoff game where the Jets kicker, I forgot who it was. He hit the goalpost twice in the wild card game, and the Steelers barely won that game. Did Bill Cowher go? No, he did not. He put his head down and got out of there and said, "Hey, Herm, nice game. Sorry about that." This is why Tomlin's kind of a clown, man. Anyway, Houston Texans 12-5 after the start they had. Were they 2-5?
That's another one, another Jacksonville story. Yeah.
Going to Pittsburgh, who much like the Carolina Panthers, this should be the other way around. Here we go.
I mean, that's pretty.
Numbers look even, but don't forget, Houston struggled for half the year. They've really locked in. Were they on a 9-game winning streak or something like that right now? 9-10 games.
Jeez.
Let's check the odds on this right now. Steelers are a home underdog, getting 3. Let's check the old weather, shall we? I want a snow game. I'm so mad the Green Bay looks like rain now.
Yeah.
Green Bay, Chicago.
I mean, we still have the divisional game, but still would have been.
I know. They were talking snow up until today. And it could change again.
Yeah, it could.
Oh, look. Sunday, snow. Monday.
Well, Monday clears up. That figures.
Come on, man. 29 degrees, just warmly for the football game. Wind
29 is not that bad. Jeez.
Wind gusts at 20 miles an hour.
Okay, that might be bad.
Bad for CJ Stroud in particular.
Yeah.
Now, here's the one thing I'll say about this game. The one thing that worries me about Houston is CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I agree. He can disappear for long stretches of the game, and where they just you continually see the 3 and out, and we talked about how good the Houston defense is, but you just can't keep like going on their backs over and over and over again. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to like do the offense has got to do their part too.
Yeah. The thing I see with both teams is neither team's really built to come from behind.
Yeah.
So if either team gets down by 10 points or more, they're kind of
good point.
They're cooked. I don't think Stroud's going to bring them back from 2 scores down, and I don't see the Steelers offense coming back from 2 scores down. They're just not that talented. Part of the reason the Steelers are here is that the Baltimore Ravens lost 3 of their defensive backs.
Yeah.
And that, most notably, when Kyle Hamilton went down, that whole game just turned. And all of a sudden, the Steelers could go up and down the field with their moribund pack of wide receivers. And I don't care if they get DK Metcalf back. He's not even that good. So, this is a game that'll be won by either defense, I believe.
And this is a game where out of all the games, a special teams play can make a big difference because
Special teams.
the way it's
The Steelers have the better kicker. So Chris Boswell could be the difference here, especially at home. But I think Houston's defense, Houston's got the best pass rush in the league. They also have the best secondary in the league. The Steelers have the worst wide receiving cores in the history of wide receiving cores. I can't see these cast off, aging collection of misfit wide receivers putting up really good numbers against that secondary. I think Houston's defense is more opportunistic, and I think their defense will make the difference. The game plan is going to be Aaron Rodgers dink dunk 2-yard passes behind the line of scrimmage, quick screens to Kenny Gainwell, Jalen Warren, use the tight ends a little bit, sprinkle it in. Steelers don't have Mount Washington. He broke his arm. He's not there. There's no way the Steelers are going to be going deep. I can't see them getting any success against this secondary going deep.
Yeah, I saw earlier in the game against Baltimore last week that before the injuries to Baltimore, the Steelers were getting a little bit of success in exactly that type of thing, where he would just kind of wait until the running back clears the line, keep him in for 2 seconds and clears the line, and the defense moves away, and then they would get like these 7-8 yards just by throwing a 2-yard pass or thing. So yeah. I could see how that would probably be their game plan. But on the other hand, I would think Houston would also think of that and plan around that as well. And if they're especially their defensive backs are so good back there, they don't really have to have that much linebacker help deeper, and they might defend against that better.
Yeah, I agree. Clearly, the Steelers are going to scheme for that pass rush. They're going to try to get the ball out of Rodgers' hands in 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and they're going to supplement the running game with these dink dunks. And you're right. Once that starts failing, they're going to be forced to try something else. And Mike Tomlin is averse to going down the middle of the field.
Oh,
he's not going to want to go in the middle of the field, especially against a defense like this. So the other factor, and I saw this somewhere, that the Steelers are like a whole yard to 1.5 yards worse per play at home than they are on the road.
Wow. That's a stat.
They're averaging like 3.4 yards a play at home and 4.7 on the road or something like that. So there's no home field advantage really here.
Jeez. Wow.
They're going to play that stupid stick song. The Renegade. So embarrassing. Yeah. So anyway, you can see total defensive sacks, 47, 48. But a lot of that Houston, again, they started the year really poorly. So a lot of these numbers have come in the last 10, 11 games for them. But on paper, all the numbers look pretty even. But the eyeball test tells me that Houston will win this game handily. The only thing that might hurt them is the elements, the outside and the cold.
Yeah.
And
somehow, I was gonna say if somehow Pittsburgh hangs in there because Stroud has one of these Houdini acts and doesn't show up for the game for a while, and then kind of keeps it close. Yeah, that's a good point. That's the other thing why the ratings, future ratings may want the Steelers to win this game.
Yeah, they might. But hey, Houston went on a run last year.
That's true.
They almost picked off Kansas City in Kansas City. So
yeah, I remember that game.
The one thing that we will say in Stroud's defense is he won't be overwhelmed by the
No, I know. No, he definitely won't be.
He's been there. He's upset teams before. They should have beaten Kansas City last year. So
yeah.
It's just going to be whether or not whether he's got his A game or he brings his Z game, because he's capable of either one. Since his rookie year, he hasn't looked consistent to me at all. But he's got Nico Collins. He's got all his guys are playing. So,
I mean, a lot of that change may have to do with a hit on his confidence once he went through that whole season where he was running for his life. So.
That's true.
May be hard for him to make his way back, but
that's true.
This would be the type of run that would help him make his way back.
Their
offensive line hasn't been quite better over the last.
They have been better, but it's funny because the Steelers don't have a great offensive line either. So, so both teams have a good pass rush. So it's going to be interesting to see whose line caves in worse. Because as John Madden taught us all those years ago, who wins the game? These big ugly right in the middle. Yeah. Boom. Right there. So I'm going to take the Texans and minus the points. I'm going to win outright and cover.
I'm actually going to take the Texans to win, but the Steelers to keep it close with the points.
It's 3, so it has to end up high for you.
I know. Just to make it interesting.
No, you watch it'll end up a 2-point game. Right?
Crazy things happen in the NFL where you think that these points won't happen, but it does for some reason. It's like, I don't know. I'm just afraid that when it comes, the first game of the weekend aside, which that may turn out to a lopsided, but I don't want one of these other games that we say are so close that somehow a team gets on a roll and it snowballs and it's like a game that's supposed to be close turns into this like really bad.
The only other one I can see that happening is the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's the only other scenario I can see that happen.
I mean, literally it can happen to, I know it seems impossible, but it can happen to any game because the certain set of circumstances just makes the snowball get bigger and bigger because, one player having a bad game and just like not recovering could turn into that. But
I agree. But this has been a different year in the NFL. This has been a year. This is wide open. You don't have that dominant team.
Yeah.
Even the number 1 seeds. You look at the Seahawks and the Denver. They can be beaten by anybody.
Yeah, they can.
They don't look like, it's not like in years past, we're like, oh man, I got to go to Arrowhead and play. Oh, geez. And it's just not, you're not getting that vibe from any of these teams really. So I think that's why it's going to be, to me, the most fun postseason we've had in a long time. Because like I said, I think Pittsburgh and Carolina are the only 2 teams who have no shot at winning the whole damn thing. Anybody else? Fair game. That's how I see it.
Watch the Super Bowl. Carolina.
Yo.
That would be the ultimate crazy thing.
This does worry me what Glinzer just brought up too, though. That
I know.
Well, let's get Aaron Rodgers one more before he goes.
That's the thing, yeah. I don't think that's going to
The
happen.
Steelers fans hate Mike Tomlin. We have to save Mike Tomlin from the fans.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
There's too much quality talent out there.
And Rodgers is washed, man. He's washed. So, all right. I guess that's it.
Yep.
I don't have anything else. Bruce, I hope you feel better, my friend. I think
shout out to Bruce and shout out to Glinzer, who's been sticking with us for all this time.
Yeah, Glinzer, you're the best, man. You should be on here with us, man. Why are you not on here with us?
You're very quick with your.
You're very witty, and you know your shit, and yeah, you should at least come on and break down the 49ers games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll send you the link. All you got to do is ask. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see real quick. What are we down to here? Oops. 5 hour, under 6 hours. Buckle up, baby. This is going to be fun. It's funny because, there's something going on family-wise this weekend. And,
okay.
They were like, oh, you want to come over Sunday? And I'm like, nope. Leave me alone. What about Saturday?
That's the way I look at it.
Leave me alone. What about Monday night? Nope.
That's the best thing that could be done for me. Just leave me alone.
I said, no. I said, this weekend, leave me alone. I just want to watch 6 football games. 8, as it turns out, because I watched the college ones.
Yeah.
So
just get ready for.
This is my football weekend. This is one of my favorite weekends of the year.
Get ready for you
we
and.
We get 4 games next weekend, and then the week after that, we only get 2.
Oh,
and then
I know.
We only get 1, and then
it gets depressing very quickly. So we got to enjoy what you got.
You can jump on late if you want.
Oh yeah,
you're welcome anytime. Yeah,
and get ready for your and Bruce's phones to light up over the weekend because there's going to be a lot of chatter going back.
There's going to be a lot of chatter.
As soon as I see something happening, I'm like, oh. I'll be like really tired by the end of the.
This is going to be Edson after something happens.
I fucking knew it. Oh,
that is perfect. That is exactly how I feel every time it happens. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go watch that before the game starts, just to get me into it.
Because it's that time of year.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Crown them, then crown their ass.
Crown their ass.
I can't believe we're here, but we're here. It's wild card weekend.
Yeah.
That's it for me. You got anything else?
Enjoy your games as much as you can, because man, it'll go by fast.
It already has. So before you know it, it'll be baseball season. All right. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe if so inclined. Enjoy the weekend and mock us as much as you want.
Yeah.
See you next Saturday. Bye.
Yeah.
No, yes, the joyfulness is over. The joyfulness is over.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.